A very good afternoon from a glistening Sydney Harbour for the final day of racing for the 18-foot skiffs for this year. And it's Ladies' Day, the Queen of the Harbour, where every skiff is required to carry a lady on board to give them to see what the thrills and spills are like of 18-foot skiff racing. Hello, I'm Peter Shipway, and along with Andrew Buckland and Jimmy Bury for the last time this year, we'll be saying hello to you. And what a day we've got. The sun's out, hardly a cloud in the sky and a lovely breeze. But Andrew, give us an update on the wind before we get into the details of today's race.
Pete, thank you. And for the viewers, we shouldn't perhaps say this year, Pete, because we'll be back in October once again.
This season,
thank you. Funny old weather thing, low pressure in the middle, southern centre of the Tasman Sea. Expected to bring south-southwest, but have some kind of sea breeze effect locally. They've actually got southeast, almost perfect southeasterly, not expected to build, and about 10 knots on an ebb tide. And that should do us for the afternoon.
Well, Jimmy Bury, good afternoon. And we're stationed here in Taylor Bay on the eastern side of Bradley's Head. Let us know the course we've got. We've got the course signalled up on the committee boat. So where are we going?
G'day, Shipper. Yeah, as you said, we're starting down here in Taylor's Bay, working our way up into Rose Bay, and then run straight back downward just on a 6/2, which is our Windward-Leeward course, and two signals, 2 laps, I guess, is the easiest way to describe it. So work up to Rose Bay twice and 2 spinnaker runs home, and I think that'll be enough for the ladies to want to head back to the bar and enjoy the festivities.
Get into the Aperol spritzers or whatever they drink these days. But, so we've got a lovely breeze, about 10 knots maximum, maybe a bit more, and couldn't be better for the ladies to get a hit out. But a few non-starters today. We've got boats that are not with us, Tech 2, Noakes Sailing, one of the Lazaruses, Marcus Ashley Jones's team, are not here. Finport Finance is not here. Andu, who won the JJ Gilton World Championship last week, he's not here. And the Rag and Famish Hotel, the boat is not here, but the crew are here. Their boat has been sold to Germany, and it left pretty quickly after last week's titles. It was on, I think, on the ship or in the container last Monday, so that was out of there. So those boys are racing the Shore and Partners today. So it's a very relaxed atmosphere in the park. All the tensions of the previous few weeks with the JJ Gilton titles in very tough conditions. That was done and dusted, but today, very relaxed, everyone very happy in the park and just enjoying themselves. And what a lovely day they have out here to enjoy themselves. There's no doubt about that. As we go through the race, we'll let you know what girls are on board, but I think we've got about 14 starters, and we're just milling around the start. There's the Burrawang Hotel, and they are today's race sponsor. So if you're watching down there, Pete Dean, we say hello to you. You've been a first-time sponsor this year. We hope you've enjoyed it. I've seen you up a couple of times, and there's your boat going up across the starting line. He's had his moments this year, Simon Nern and the team. But today is the final race of the year's point score, and leading the year's point score is Rag and Famish. Now, they are not here today because their boat, as I said, has gone to Germany. So they're getting average points for today's race. And Yandu, who's second on the point score, John Winning, is a victim like so many have been of the dreaded COVID. He is not racing, and his boat is being steered by Josh Ebski. It's taken me 12 months to get his pronunciation right, but it's Josh Ebski.
So, Pete, we should say hi to Josh and his dad, Joe, who might be listening in New Zealand. Fantastic. And Pete had a bit of trouble with the old Polish surname, but there we go. So, Pete, he's been terrific, and yesterday he steered John Winning's historic skiff to victory also over at the Sydney Flying Squadron. So he had a good day out with Fang with him also yesterday.
Yeah, well, Josh normally sails forward hand for Sean Langman on the Noakes Sailing. They're not out today, but there's Yandu now, and in the background, Shore and Partners. So the point score with Rag and Famish being awarded average points, Yandu has probably got to be either first, second or third today on the handicap side of things to take the point score away from the Rag and Famish team, and that's the point scores based over the full year on
No discards.
on handicap with no discards. And today, with 4 in the boat, it's a little bit different for sure. But anyway, try to encourage everyone to get out, and it is really the model of consistency who wins the point score. So down to the last race, a race really between the Rag and, well, between Rag, Yandu and a point score, because Rag can't do any better or worse. And on third place is the Royal Oak. As we're hearing the sound from the starting vessel, the AP flag is up. So we're on a bit of a delay here.
Yeah, the committee will give these, it's a short racetrack. It's only 2 laps, 1.2. So the race time will be around 40 minutes. So they'll just give every opportunity. Some of the girls are a bit late getting into their wetsuits in the park, I believe. And
you just made that up, Andrew. You'd have no idea why they were late. It's probably putting their eye makeup on or eyelashes in or something. False eyelashes, like you wear.
Oh, negative.
You took a bit longer in makeup today, did you, Bucko?
Oh, no. No, I shook off last Sunday's festivities pretty well, Jimmy. Thank you.
Andrew, there's Balmain Slake on the right.
Yes.
And Smeg on the left.
No, lovely shot. Lovely shot.
Now, talk about the Balmain Slake boys. They've had a very good first year.
Yeah, and I think that we didn't quite get the opportunity to talk about the young crews that were the rising crews, of which the Balmain Slake is the less experienced of the two. Henry Larkins, Max Paul and Flynn Toomey. Flynn, the only one who's, whose 21st is behind him. The other two pretty young, but highly impressive from those guys to lead a race and make pretty good tactical choices for most of the regatta. And I think it speaks volumes that they were able to lead for a whole lap in a nor'easter on a tricky day. And hopefully we can see them back next year with a year's practice under the belt and perhaps some improved equipment. And I think that might be underway. But I guess also to make the point that Royal Oak Four Pines, clear third in the regatta, very consistent, tactically pretty good.
Rag and Famish.
Sorry, Rag and Famish. Low error rate and sailing a pretty old hull, which we could kind of estimate might be worth about 3 minutes in a normal length race, the old hull, having inspected it myself for water ingress and other things. So I think that we could say that they will occupy the front rank next year with a new hull, which I do understand is highly likely. But
so they won't let you sleep in the boat overnight in the park anymore?
No, I won't be able to do that. No, that's right. But I just wanted to say, to encourage those young crews and to encourage all their supporters, because it's a pretty complex and expensive operation, and sometimes the young people can get not enough support, both financial and management type backup. Pretty important. So great work from those two young teams, and we're looking forward to 22-23.
Okay, well, we're still in Taylor Bay, and the beat is up into Rose Bay. 3
boys, I've just found out, Shippos, so it's from where we are in Taylor's Bay, directly up into Catalina's. That's the message I got, with 3 boys at the top.
Okay.
So the way that works, the handicaps unwind as the long handicap boats go to a shorter mark and the scratch boats go to a longer mark.
Now, being the good expert you are, Andrew, you would have all those marks named and numbered. You know which boats go to where?
Red, blue and white. Not yet, Peter.
Right, okay. You'll tell me when they go round, will you?
Yes, more or less. More or less.
So, are we going to the right of the island looking upwind, or the left?
Well, the situation is not dissimilar to how it was, indeed, toward the end of the Gildan, Pete. Ebb tide, southeast wind. Which side paid most? The right, didn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
well, we're just still on postponement flag here. Have they got the starting line down? Can I see it down there somewhere?
Yeah, it is down there.
Oh, yeah, right through the cabin of the committee boat. Okay. There's notes blue.
With 4 on the wire,
so
Shipper.
it's viewers might have expected, some of the crews have taken the opportunity to fit a fourth trapeze wire.
Wow, okay.
So you're seeing a reversion to the old four-hander setup, in a sense.
The last one to do that in modern was Ginge on C-Tech in the JJs.
Yeah, one of the Kiwi crews with light blokes, sailed four up, and they won a couple of races, didn't they?
They went all right.
Yeah. Exactly. So not all the girls will trapeze, but there's a good scope of inexperienced to quite experienced queens on the boats. So we'll see some girls doing some sail trimming as well, and some steering, I think.
Well, just while we're milling around, you know whose birthday it was yesterday, Andrew?
Trick question, no. IGM.
Sydney Harbour Bridge, Andrew. 90 years old yesterday. Come on, bucko.
The Sydney Harbour
It
Bridge.
was 90 yesterday.
I believe you. I believe you.
Oh, you walked into that one, bucko. I thought you would have known that, but anyway.
I was busy all day, Pete.
Okay.
You were swimming looking at it at one stage, weren't you?
No, I didn't go in the tide.
So, Andrew, just getting back to four in the boat, I mean, obviously the girls are not skilled. How does that affect some may be better than others. So
Yeah.
how do you work it all through, and where do they sail, and just put it on the bottom of the boat, or
Well, no. You know, the guys who haven't fitted extra trapeze wire, presumably the less experienced girls, they just usually sit them on the wing, so they just complete their tacks normally and then just call the extra crew aid out. But the effect, I mean, we might see some interesting things today. Appliances online with very big sail area and a pretty light crew in normal conditions, now got the extra riding moment, and we might see an out-of-park experience for them today, mid-range big sail. And typically what we see here is not one of the scratch boats, one of the long handicap boats wins the race. It's not an infrequent experience. So if I was a betting man, and I'm not, I wouldn't put any money on.
That makes a lot of
I'll
sense.
give you a question that you won't win any money on. I don't want you to look, but who do you think might be the last boat out today?
Ilvy.
Yeah. Oh, surprise, surprise. There's Jono. He was off to the wrong area, I think, but he's just coming around Bradley's head now.
So he might be four up with two queens. Doreen and Sophia. How's that?
Well, if you need to do something different, Jono's your man.
John O'Witty and John Walden. Two remarkable humans.
Okay, there's the Royal
Oak.
Yep. Had a disappointing JJs, really, in one respect. They won one race, or they were first home in one race, but they were over at the start, so that was not counted. I think mass disappointment there. But they've been there or thereabouts this year.
Pete, in the backup awards to the Giltner, though, the lads led by Marcus Ashley-Jones ran a little, parallel presentation. They awarded the over 50s prize, the Rookie of the Year prize, the Clanger prize, and the Clubman prize, and the young up-and-comers prize. So the young up-and-comers won by Balmain Slate. The Clubman kind of a share between Aaron, Brandon Bying, and Tommy Quigley, with Brandon taking out the award, but the other guys honourable mention. Tommy Quigley for sailing on nearly every boat in the fleet at some point through the year.
Not bad for having a year off, is it?
That's right. Sean Langman won the over 50s, and Coco won the Clanger for mild levels of performance, shall we say, in the Giltman.
Nick Daly win a prize?
No, he didn't attend enough.
Okay. Well, we're still waiting, and the breeze is still there. It's 10 or 12 knots. Lovely.
Pete, can you count to 14? Don't have to take your shoes off.
No, not quite 14 yet. They might be up near Rose Bay, but
we're close, though, aren't we?
Yeah. Ferry just coming from Manly. We'll be across the race course in about a couple of minutes, but we're still on hold. There's the Watsons Bay Hotel.
Abby. What have we got here, Pete? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10.
I think we've got 14 boats, haven't we? I think we counted 14 in the park.
Yeah. Trying to count the sheep at the start line. We're still missing a couple of boats.
Are we? Okay, I don't know where they are. I can't see them in Double Bay. Someone's capsized. How about the pin?
That brings it up closer to the total. Prize for the
Birkenhead Point Marina, I assume, was in the tide down there.
prize for the first capsize. How about that?
Okay.
And Sean Partner's hiding behind the ferry. So I think we're close to the full complement. Making allowances for capsized boats and so on.
Just heard from Whitty in overseas saying that his stepdaughter is on the Balmain Slate and she was a very good Hong Kong 29er sailor. So little Miss Abby.
Abby, indeed.
Lovely. Well, I hope you're well up there, Dave. This is our last stream for you for this season, so enjoy it. Sit back and enjoy it in lovely conditions on the harbour. We've got breeze down again, Andrew, here.
Just a little softening, but little
I think we're just about to see some movement of flags here.
rolly
Shipper.
ones. AP about to come down.
Okay, AP is down. You beauty. So we're 6 minutes away from a start in the final race of the season. Queen of the Harbour. Today's race sponsored by the Burrawang Hotel.
And the Birkenhead back upright. So I think we'll end up with the full complement on the start line.
Yep, Jasmine McGowan on Birkenhead Point, the daughter of Phil McGowan, the marina boss at Birkenhead. So, get your clocks ready and away we go. So it's a very relaxed sort of day. It's that sort of day. The weather's lovely and not much really hanging on this race, but I think it'd be nice to become Queen of the Harbour for this year. So we've got no Andu, we've got no... Oh, there we go. There's 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, and for the boats that aren't here, there's a combination of things preventing them being here, more or less. You know, some boats sold, a couple of the crew still suffering from the effects of, shall we say, bad water inhalation through the gastric Gilton, we might call it.
Yep, the gastric addition.
And a smattering of COVID in the fleet as well. So Jack McCartney and John Winning both in isolation as we speak. So a few different reasons.
As is some of our team, so...
Yep, Piers, we wish you well. He's down with a dreaded lurgy, so hope you're watching and get well soon. Get well for next year. They might need you. So coming up to 4 minutes. The word is we don't need you, Piers, so go looking for another job, mate. Sorry about that. Sorry to bring you the good news. Anyway, that's life, Piers. We're a hard but fair team out here. Okay, 3:45.
Hardly fair.
Hardly fair, exactly. Exactly.
And what do you like on this line, Andrew? Where are we going? Committee boat, pin, middle, port hand?
I think you got to get on the port, but very good pressure on the left side of the track at the moment, and less on the right. So it might pay to stamp there for 1 to 2 minutes on starboard,
Then flick across.
Yep.
Okay, 3:15 to go.
But he's laid a normal length line, so 14 boats should get easily accommodated.
It's coming up to 3 minutes. There we go. One flag disappears. 3 left. And the breeze in the southeast at 10, 11.
8 to 12.
Yeah,
Pete might cover it.
A few whitecaps further up the track, but a bit on the light side here at Taylor Bay.
And Dre's still a little better on the left side. So
Queen of the Harbour race for 2022. All boats with 4 people aboard.
and all boats with big rigs. And the harbour nearly returned to its normal blue colour.
Almost.
2 minutes 15, yeah. It looks a bit more blue than the previous week or so after all that rain that we've had. But it's far from that today. It's a beautiful day here in Sydney. You can see the skyline in the background. And we've got just on under 2 minutes to go.
Okay, so the fleet
Well behaved at the moment.
well behaved and in low risk mode, well
Yeah,
back.
you'd think they would be today.
Yeah.
They need to push too hard.
Oh, jeez.
The
So,
effects have come quite, mate.
No, a couple of kumquats actually.
yeah.
Pete, have you got the presentation ready for those people?
There were so many trophies, I couldn't get enough trophies to award to all the powerboat idiots. But I'll bag them all as one complete bunch of kumquat heads.
Kumquat heads.
Let's hope we can get clear of those today. And we've got how long to go?
Just over a minute.
Just over a minute. There we go, minute 11.
And
Oh, they're well behaved, aren't they?
Yeah, no.
They
Amazing.
should be a Queen of the Harbour every week. There's
Two
1
of
minute.
them down the pin, Pete. You got Noakes Blue and Smeg going for the port hander.
Yeah, Noakes Blue very well advanced. Well, they're the two boats Jimmy said down at the pin on port. Noakes on the left, Smeg on the right.
And it's just got enough pin-in bias to encourage that, Jimmy, hasn't it? So-
Absolutely.
Oh, Noakes is going for it. They might. Oh,
No, they're too early.
30
too early.
seconds, a bit early, I think.
Yeah.
Yvette.
No, she might just be coming down to
24.
under the leeward side of the...
Kitchen Maker's doing okay down that pin end. So is Yandu. He's down there on starboard. There's Josh putting the pedal down now, but 10 seconds. I think they're going to be good. Yvette's going to do it down there. She's going to cross them on port. 7. Oh, is she going to be okay? 3, 2, 1. You're good.
Perfect.
All good. All good. Away we go. Final race of the season, the Queen of the Harbour. And here comes Shaw and Partners barrelling in on.
Oh, they just took a leaf out of Sevy's book, didn't they?
Yeah. So we know where he wants to go.
Yeah.
So
Watch back.
this is Harry Price aboard. This is his team aboard Shaw and Partners today. Their boat was sold and on its way to Germany, but Smeg got a nice start. But Yvette Heritage in Noakes Blue gained the start down at the pin end.
Trained them.
And Jimmy, the Queen on Shaw & Partners is Alana Clancy. Well
Alana
known
Clancy from Manly.
from Manly. Yep. 16-footer sailor.
Yep, she was. Her and Sky McFadden were touted by Victor Kovalenko trying to get them into the 470s back a while back. They were those who were quite a formidable force in the 13-foot skiffs back in the day.
Okay, well, Yandu, who leads this group going left, looks in a nice position. From down there, he can tack and cross the bulk that have gone to the left.
Yandu, Josh Perebski, Fang Warren and Mike Kennedy with Emma Phillips, the Queen. And they will be highly favoured to lead on the water, but not necessarily after unwinding the handicap.
Well, we'll see. There's the great shot of them, that group that are going to the left off the starting line.
And Josh sort of ignoring the current, by the look of that.
Looks pretty smart down there at the moment, Yandu. Nice breeze, not that much here. Be lucky to be 10 knots. Few little white caps, but not many.
Nice, comfortable big sail, Pete, leaning back.
So, see the plants online. I've got 4 on the trapeze.
Enjoying it a lot.
You're probably right about that extra little bit of weight out there,
Yeah.
bucko that motoring along.
So the Yandu's got some height. He's coming round the fleet like a rocket down there. He'll be an easy leader of this group. But it's just to see how those that went right, how they'll pan out. But Yandu leads this group into Steel Point. Looking for a little left-hander to go back on. A few boats taking a bit of a hiding behind him. But he's maintained terrific height there, Yandu, as he tacks now. Oh, what's he look like? Looks okay. Going to come into a nice puff here. He leads comfortably on this group. He is rocketing. John Winning at his sick bed, probably, hopefully watching. Pretty happy with that at the moment. So we're on our way up into Rose Bay. Yandu is the leader at the moment of the left-hand group. See how much he's moved out from the fleet.
So there's a Balmain Point Marina with Felix, is it Felix Daviaro on there? Oh, Felix Gretsch is on there, yeah, on Birkenhead.
Oh.
Never been on trapeze before, and there you
and
go.
over.
And if we look to the right,
Four
you'll
heads, we've got
find-
4 heads. So
you'll
where's the,
find-
is the other girl, is she all right?
I always thought
Yeah,
of this, the first rule of the Queen of the Harbour, Pete, not allowed to tip over.
Well,
Oh, hold
I think
on.
everything's okay. Another capsize up here, so that's the kitchen maker's capsized. So 2 capsized in the tack. All okay, 4 heads on each.
Nelvey just below the...
There's Jono.
The young girl was still hooked up on the other trapeze wire.
Yeah. Anyway, this group are away, majority on port. Fisher Paykel on the right, Jordan Gertis at the helm, and Jenna Searle on board as the lady. This group are off to Shark Island, and it's Yandu that's streaking away at the moment. Probably there you can see Yandu at the top of the screen, just going into Shark Island. He's not far off attack. And where's the group that went right? Where did they end up?
Just trying to find them for you, Pete. Oh, right down off Clark Island. I can see.
Okay, Yandu's just tacked. It'll be the 18-footer bar and restaurant next, then Fisher Paykel, and then Appliances Online, I think. Nice breeze now. It's the breeze is up here about 12 knots, perhaps a bit more. Noakes and Appliances Online. There's Noakes Youth. Wallace Brewer aboard Noakes Youth. Appliances Online. Peter Stoner is the girl aboard Appliances Online. Well, it would be hard to please if you weren't enjoying this out here today. It's a lovely sou'easter, 10, 12, maybe 13 knots in the gusts. Appliances Online leads Fisher Paykel into Shark Island. There'll be Fisher Paykel tacks. They're through. We'll just keep our eye on 18-footer bar and restaurant to see how he goes in the tack. 1 extra crew. It's through. Job done. Well done.
Not bad at all.
Looks to be moving quite nicely there.
And just look around to your right there, Pete. Smeg appearing on the other side of the island.
Yeah, well, the right-hand side paid off dramatically. Smeg have just brained them. They are a long way ahead of the group that went left. That was Noakes Blue and Smeg were those two. They were the first to go right, and they are, wow, they're 300 to 400 metres or 200 metres ahead of the other group that went left. Burrawang's up there as well. Shaw and Partners and Noakes Blue. But I think Smeg leads.
So Noakes Blue, another very light crew, enjoying an extra 60 odd kilos in the boat.
Two girls aboard that, of course. Yvette Heritage, the skipper, and Beck Hancock is the crew. Nominated Queen of the Harbour. Michael Coxon on the Smeg. Charmaine All aboard Smeg. And they are a clear leader. We'll see, there's Shaw and Partners. And up to the right is the Burrawang, today's race sponsor. Simon Nern with Emma Edwards aboard. That's the eastern side of Point Piper. Now this will all change up here, of course, won't it?
There'll be a bit of unwinding
with the different buoys they go to.
Unwindage.
So I think Noakes Blue will be not far off the lead. I think it'll be between Noakes Blue and Smeg. Smeg will be coming in from the left. There's Shaw and Partners. They'll be third.
Yeah, I think Noakes Blue's on the ley line, Pete. Close to. Not quite.
No, they'll be short.
Okay, one more little tag.
Yep. Event Heritage, and I think you'll see Smeg shortly coming in. There he is. Michael Coxon, last year's JJ champion. He's got the wick turned up. Now, close here. Where are they? Which mark are they going
Noakes
to?
Blue looks like they're going for the blue mark.
Noakes Blue, blue mark. Shaw and Partners be your mark further up.
How about Smeg?
Smeg, he's tacked short of Noakes Blue. Where are they going? Same mark by the look of it, are they? Smeg
going blue.
Smeg's going blue, Noakes Blue going blue. Shaw and Partners will be next. Yandu will be next after them. So I think Smeg and Yandu are on the same handicap, so that would tell you they'll go to the same mark. Shaw and Partners is going further on.
Setting up to tack now at the red mark, Pete.
Okay, well, Smeg leaves just narrowly from Noakes Blue. Yandu
To the blue
third.
mark.
Shaw and Partners, who's on a bigger handicap's going to a further mark. Does that sort of make sense? He went to the middle mark.
A bit of instructional misreading, perhaps.
Anyway, they're on their first of two runs downwind. They'll go to a gate down near the starting area. And they're going to different marks. There's the two leaders. There's Yandu. Josh Porebski on the helm today in place of the COVID-stricken John Winning. So it's Yandu third, Shaw and Partners fourth. There's Shaw and Partners with Harry Price on the helm. There's a great shot looking back into Rose Bay at the turning mark. I think Burrawang's with the blue spinnaker. And the yellow spinnaker is 80-footer bar and restaurant. The blue...
So, Pete, from that beat, that was about the biggest right pay you've ever seen, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
40 seconds.
So where do you go this time, Bucko?
Same.
Go left, would you?
No.
No. Hard right. almost to a lay line if you could go that far.
Exactly.
That's where you'd go. But there's a lovely shot of Burrawang, an 18-foot bar and restaurant. Burrawang, today's sponsor. They have Emma Edwards in the boat. And the 18-footer bar and restaurant has Ali van der Ness. So it's a VMG run. That means they can't get down in one. They've got to zigzag their way down. A few jibes. So do you think everyone went to the right mark then?
No.
Well, it's been that long since we've done it. 3 boys. Everyone probably forgot or knows what their handicap is and where they're meant to go.
All I can say is that Shaw and Partners had as I said before, had a bigger handicap, which means they should go to a shorter mark, but they went to the middle mark. Anyway, they'll come out in the wash. There's the fleet running out of Rose Bay. They're the 2 leaders. Top of screen, Smeg. To windward of her, Noakes Blue. Shaw and Partners, they've taken 1 jibe already. They jibe in towards Shark Island. On port now, they're back on to starboard. They jibe again.
Balmain Slate going around the other side of the island.
Roll the dice there, somewhat. Noakes Blue. That Red Spinninger is, I think, a 12-foot skip, so don't worry about him. Making some good inroads downwind is Yandu. They've got right away from Shaw and Partners. We're on Noakes Blue at the moment. They're about 200 to 300 metres from the leeward gate. There's Balmain Slate that went to the western side of Shark Island. Lovely Point Piper in the background, the Royal Prince Edward Yacht Club. So there's Smeg. He leads by about 50 metres from Noakes Blue. They've got the gate to go to here. They can choose left or right. Smeg's jibe. They're a little bit crowded with 4 in the boat, but they've got a nice jibe done. So which side's he going, Andrew? It looks like he'll probably go to the right-hand mark, will he? Well, where's...
Okay,
Well,
see the other mark.
if there's only one mark,
Only
they've
one
got to
mark.
go jibe round the port, Pete, so we'll be doing a jibe drop.
Okay, so there's only 1 mark.
And a good bit of pressure coming to them.
Yes. Okay, that was...
We've even got some rust on for the 3 boys.
Yeah. And the breeze a bit in the right, Pete, too.
Yeah.
A little build and a little bit right.
Okay, so Smeg is round. So no gate. That was incorrect information I gave you. Just 1 buoy, 1 leeward mark. Just tidying the spinnaker up.
We might get a shot here of it. Oh,
Yeah, here comes Yandu flying in.
Yandu vaguely overstood, but
Yeah.
there they go, dropping the shirt. Hot low line.
They'll be right.
Got him back in the contest.
Noakes Blue will be second, and Yandu third. Just got to get the spinnaker down, and then Berger doesn't need earplugs today, he tells me. Foreign hand
Very
on-
happy.
Foreign hand on Yandu. He's very happy with himself. Okay, there's Yandu.
Just off screen, Pete, you got a 12-footer up on Bradley's head.
Oh, hope they're all right.
Not that it's our problem.
No, but
Hope they're
okay,
all
here comes a bit of a charge down to the leeward mark. Shaw and Partners, he's got a bit of spinnaker over the side, has he? No, he's right. Comes the Burrawang. Always some drama of excitement when the Burrawang's around. Simon Nern. Shaw and Partners will be 4th.
Ooh.
But we're on the Burrawang. In the background, just dropping the spinnaker, the 18-footer bar and restaurant. And ahead of them, Shaw and Partners is around 4th. Noakes Youth, then Burrawang will be next. Okay, there's Noakes Youth, just top of screen, and just ahead of them, just going off screen, was Shaw and Partners. There's the Burrawang going upwind. There's the Orange Spinnaker of Balmain Slake. And then the Fisher Paykel, Ilvay. And here they come down. There's going to a couple round in front of them, one of which is the 18-footer bar and restaurant. And then Balmain Slake. I suppose, Andrew, it's a case of making sure the fourth hand doesn't get in the way, isn't it, really, when you're dropping or doing your manoeuvres, any manoeuvre?
Yeah, to some degree, you just got to organise it, you know, and it's not as easy as it might sound, in fact, because the boats are very much ergonomically set up for
built for three. Balmain Slake around.
Yep. It'd be interesting to know how Ginge did that permanently with 4 people, like... Would have been.
Oh, no, they got it sorted out pretty well, the Kiwis.
Oh,
there's a Lazarus in the background.
Yeah, there's a capsize. Lazarus is down.
And your favourite boat at the mark, Pete?
Ilvay, here he comes, Jono. Any drama, Jono?
Can't show his face on TV.
Dead square, Jono. There he comes. Dial her up. There he comes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
2 queens on board. So
2 queens.
He put in an application for an extra 2 minutes handicap.
2 girls on board. Good on him.
Well, he's doing the main sheet and steering there, so well done, Jono.
Yep.
That's a good rounding for that configuration.
No one going up to the left like you said they should, Andrew.
Funny that, Pete.
yeah.
Funny. Gee whiz. I've been blamed for a lot of things, but wow.
Well, this is the last beat for the season up into Rose Bay.
Yeah.
As we're watching the Royal Oak, just trying to drop their spinnaker, and barreling in behind them is the kitchen maker.
And these 2 boats were both in the tide on the first beat, weren't they? So they're now.
Adele Phillips on the kitchen maker.
Now occupying the last 2 spots.
Yeah, they've got a bit to do, the kitchen maker.
Lovely jibe drop, Pete.
Well, that's what they've got to do. They've got to execute it.
Yeah, easy to say. And they'll be okay. They'll be able to dial up.
Now, Adele is the daughter of Dan Phillips, well-known skiff sailor, Olympian. And she knows a bit about sailing. There they go, very clean. So we're on the last beat. Just hope boats know which mark they're going to go round up here, Bucko.
Yeah, well, if we memorise it, they still confuse us, wouldn't they?
Good overhead of the kitchen maker. Bradley's Head just to the right of screen. So every boat going up to the right-hand side of Shark Island. Just saw how much that paid on the first beat. Smeg and Noakes Blue made out like bandits going up there. So everyone doing the same this time. Back on shore and Partners, he's taken a couple of steps up in the middle of the course. He's now back on board.
Hey, Pete, look over to your right, mate. The Kumquat Award of the year is coming through for you.
Oh, dear.
Isn't that special?
He's a gold medalist. If we get a shot of this absolute fool. Don't tell me he's slowing down. He couldn't possibly be.
There you go, Pete.
Oh, look at this bloke.
Pete's Powerboat Reviews.
Pete, he's won the prize, hasn't he? Better get the number. Wonder he doesn't come over and go straight in front of the skiffs. Anyway, careful what I wish for. Anyway, there he is, the top of screen. The fleet of right tucked up on the right-hand side of the course now. Right into Point Piper they go. There's Noakes Youth, Burrawang, 18-foot bar and restaurant, having a good duel. They're probably fighting it out for fourth, I'd say. And Yandu is really joining the party. I think he's in front of Noakes Blue.
Just working our way up there, Pete. Just trying to give all the riders a bit of coverage today.
That's Balmain Slate.
That's us in the kumquat boat just there,
Yeah,
Pete.
absolutely. Trying to win a prize, but
I'm trying my hardest.
we'd have to be good to win over these fools out here. But anyway, we're right in the cockpit of Balmain Slate.
Smeg just crossed in front of Yandu, just up ahead of us.
See the skipper's just sitting on the wing. Henry Larkin. Give me a wave, he's happy. Crew are happy. Good breeze, they're coming into just quite spiky coming around the eastern end of Point Piper. They're not quite in it yet. We've got Yandu when we get up to the leaders. Yandu throwing down the challenge to Smeg. Here's Noakes Youth and 18-footer bar and restaurant and Fisher Michael in the background. But they're in a group battling it out for fourth.
And Yandu roaring along there, 4 on the wire.
Okay, there's Noakes Blue coming out on port. But here are the two leaders. There's Yandu and here's Smeg. Here they are. And Yandu's really motoring at the moment. I think he was fast the first beat, he just went the wrong way. But which mark do I go to here? They're both on the same handicap. So you assume they'll go to the same mark, whatever that well may be.
But for one of these unwinds, they have to be going to the white mark at the top if they're off 4 minutes.
Well, they're going to let few blokes slip inside them, but they're a fair way ahead of Noakes Blue now, the Yandu Tax.
But probably this time Noakes Blue going to the blue mark, not the red mark.
So it's quite light up here where these three marks are, Andrew. Now look at it. Very soft.
Yeah,
Lucky to be 8 knots here.
Breeze has turned left and softened up at the corner
Very
of the bay
puffy,
here.
yep. So it's a race between these two, and it'll depend which mark they go to. I'd say Cock'll have it nailed. Famous last words, but...
Make it up as you go.
Well, this could well decide the point score for the year. If Yandu can finish first or second or even third, she will win the point score by provisionally that is, on my rough point score. But anyway, a little way to go to the weather mark. A few little puffs coming down the course as Smeg Tax.
Looking where Smeg's tax suggests they're going to the blue mark, Pete.
Well, I can tell you no more. Yeah, he's going around. Here, Smeg's going to the shorter mark.
Yandu following suit.
Well, if they're on the same handicap, you'd think so, but... So Smeg leads, Yandu's second, and they're on their run to the finish. Noakes Blue is third. There's Smeg setting the chute. There's Yandu there. Just around the mark to left of screen, and there's Noakes Blue. Noakes Blue's going certainly to a further mark. So she was on a handicap of 10 minutes. She's nearly capsized, the Noakes Blue. Oh, Noakes Blue off camera has all but capsized into windward. No, she just saved it, but Yandu runs away in second place at the moment. Noakes Blue, well, she's going to the same mark also. Nice breeze to get her up away in. In third spot, She's around and on her way. It's the last run. And then coming up, it will be Noakes Youth in 4th spot. Then perhaps the Burrowang, then the Balmain. They're all starting to come in now to the windward mark. They all seem to be going to the same mark, don't they?
I'm starting to think that, Pete. maybe Doggy, maybe Doggy got a little bit excited and put the 3 boys back in. I thought you spoke to him about getting rid of this 3-boy thing, Bucko.
I'm doing my best.
Oh, off-screen Balmain Slake, very wobbly.
Oh, big wobble.
Big wobbles. First to leeward, now to windward. But anyway, Noakes Youth. Tom, Finn and Harry. And they have got a board. Wallace Brewer. So they're around. The Burrowang will be next. There's Simon Nerns around, today's race sponsor. Burrowang Village Hotel in a lovely part of the world. Southern Highlands. 18-footer bar and restaurant is next. Well, they're all going to the same mark. Balmain next.
I think Chits was right there.
Bit of a tangle on the yellow spinnaker of the 18-footer, but that'll come out. 1, 2, 3, it's out. Burrowang. Then 18-footer bar and restaurant and Balmain Slake just setting their spinnaker. Then a big gap to Ilvay and
We'll get down there, Pete, and see if we can
Shore
catch up.
Partners is next. And next around is Fisher Paykel.
Around which mark, Pete?
Well, they're all the same mark. So we're on the run to the finish. Season just about to end for the 18-footers. Queen of the Harbour, the final race of the season. Got a perfect day for it. There's none. Sydney Harbour Bridge in the background, 90 years young yesterday. Here's the run to the finish, the Burrowang and Noakes Youth. So the leaders are approaching the finish. Smeg leads. Yandu second. Noakes Blue third. Yandu in second spot. And the race belongs to Smeg. They're nearly at the finishing line. About 50 metres to go. There's Smeg. It's committee boat to the left. Michael Coxon at the helm. Charmaine Hall as the Queen of the Harbour. They're all but there. Be there now. Smeg wins the final race of the year, of the season.
Okay, Dylan, you're just going to have to just go through the fleet as they come down.
2 laps and it's all over. Short and sharp race. Yandu will get second. So provisionally, Andrew, I think they may win the point score.
Yeah, we say provisionally.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Rag and Famish get average points. We'll take them to 181.2. Yandu will end up on 180. So anyway, as I say, provisional only. As Yandu goes across, lovely puff to get across the line. So they're second. Smeg first, Yandu second.
So pretty good day out for Emma Phillips on the Yandu.
So the handicaps come into play now, or does the... Well, maybe that's not right with that provisional, but they probably have to work out the handicaps now, so I'll take that back probably. We won't be able to do that until we get official results, but across the line it was Smeg, Yandu, Noakes Blue.
Got to get us in a good position, Jimmy, because we don't have to pick them.
And
Oh, then Noakes Youth, no. Noakes Youth fourth. Fifth will be the Burrowang. So, of course, if those marks weren't in play, then it'd all be about the finishing times.
that's right.
Yeah.
So, so really, across the line doesn't really count. They've got to adjust it for your handicap time. So
Yeah.
I'll take that back for Yandu supporters. That's not correct what I'm saying here, because we thought the different marks would take into account the handicap, but everyone seemed to be going around the one mark. So we don't know. That's the answer. We'll tell you next season when we come back who's won. So 6th spot, 18-foot bar and restaurant. Having a good outing. Balmain Slake 7th. Getting plenty of cheers from the ferry and a lot of supporters. Almost a full house on the ferry for the last race. A lot of friends and out to watch their daughters or wives sailing. Sisters and aunties. As Balmain Slake across. Next will be Fisher Paykel. Battling it out with Shaw and Partners.
Going to be close between Fisher Paykel and Shaw and Partners.
You see him in a moment come in with a red spinnaker. No, I think Fisher Paykel will he cross? Who knows?
Fisher Paykel just got a good header.
Fisher Paykel's going to cross, Pete.
Yeah, but he's
Got to do a jibe, maybe.
Well, Shaw and
Both of
Partners
them do.
definitely got to do a jibe. Yeah, there's Fisher Paykel. Should
No,
jibe.
looks like he's laying.
Oh, yeah, he's got a good buff to get down. 8th is Fisher. 9th is Shaw and Partners. Harry Price at the wheel. Okay, Fisher Paykel's across now. Shaw and Partners next.
You go to
And then Ilve will be the next one. And then there's a few more stragglers still coming down. But, oh, Ilve. There he is.
So, Pete, I think Ilve might be the last of the boats not to have, been on the riding line.
Oh, okay.
That trophy. Did the girls' makeup get wet trophy, that one?
They're still racing. They're going upward.
It's over. They're not still racing.
Ilve coming in at 10th.
Ilve coming in for
Photo, Dylan.
10. Nice picture.
There's Jono. He's got 50 metres to get there.
Yeah,
Jono,
giving a
but
wave.
Anything could happen.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, he's good. Well done.
4 on trapeze.
10th for Ilve.
Fantastic.
Got to get the spinnaker down now, Jono. It's your next job.
Just do a simple jibe drop. Should be right.
Okay,
not.
and a long gap.
Nothing simple. Okay. The Royal Oak 4-point there on the screen.
Coming
Pete.
in 11th, the Royal Oak. So the summary is we don't know who's won the point score, but we do know that today's race, across the line, it was Smeg, Yandu, Noakes Blue, Noakes Youth, Burrawang, 18-footer Bar and Restaurant, Balmain Slake, Fisher Paykel. Ninth was Shaw and Partners, 10th Ilve, 11th, just crossing now, the Royal Oak. Still to come would be
The Kitchen Maker.
and the Burrawang, I think.
No, Burrawang's finished.
Appliances online, Pete.
Appliance Online.
And where's the Birkenhead?
Birkenhead Point Marina. And Lazarus is coming down just off Milk.
Okay, still
Beach.
4 to go. Well, the season draws to an end, and it's been another terrific season. We've seen a lot of thrills and spills, and a season that began with, I think, Tech 2 winning the club and state titles, and then Andu flexed his muscles certainly after Christmas. Sevi Jarvan and Sam Newton and Matt Stenter winning the Australian and then the JJ titles in a very, very polished performance. I think everyone recognised that they were probably certainly the top team at the top races. So, but full marks to all the skiffs. They had their moments. They had their moments in the sun. We saw some really strong racing, a lot of breeze early in the season, very few nor'easters, but overall I think a lot of entertainment for everyone that was watching, either with our live stream or on the water, as we're watching the Appliances Online go across. So Andrew, just give us a summary of the season.
Well, Pete, you know, in the intro we talked about the up-and-comers, but equally I think we should pay tribute to the tactical skill on Andu. And usually they've won a lot of regattas by going fast. This regatta they won by going smart. And even Jack McCartney, the skipper of the second place kit at Tech 2, made that point very clear in his presentation speech that that team, for whatever reasons, it has worked incredibly well together, but they were able to execute at a high level, but their tactics gained them substantial amounts in that they led at the Windward Mark nearly at the first Windward Mark 7 out of 9 races, and Tech 2 did not lead a single race at the first Windward Mark. It was tricky conditions, but the Andu boys did a way good job of sorting it out, and great to see that standard, and we hope to see, as we mentioned, the younger crews get new equipment and be able to challenge, and equally optimistically next year we'll have the Kiwis back at that level as well, and then I think we might be able to see a very high level four-way contest for the podium.
Well, we're very hopeful, as you say, at the moment of getting our Kiwi friends back. They've missed the last 2 years, and of course before that they'd won 3 in a row, but that's for next year. Now Jimmy, as we say goodbye to everyone, give us a final wrap-up of your season, how you thought it all went.
Pete, just like Bucko in the opening of this thing, I was mightily impressed by the young guys, Balmain Slake, Appliances Online, the guys that were just on screen then, the Lazarus Capital Development team. It's good to see some young blood coming into this class, and it's not just about, the older guys, and, these are the stars of the future, and going to be, I think going to be exciting moving forward. I'd like to thank yourself and Bucko and all the crew, all the boys from Sail Media. I think did a awesome job all year. I'm really proud of how it all came together, and I, particularly thank you two for your commitment all season for us. It's awesome. Thank you,
Jimmy. Thanks for a fabulous craft. Gee whiz, best thing we've ever seen.
Yes, it really does make our life very easy when you're out on this boat that you've put together, Jimmy. But there's a lot of people to thank, and Jimmy and Chits and Dylan and Josh, Piers, Luca, Caleb and Jordan, especially the guys behind the scenes that get this to you each week. it's been a monumental effort, and some days we've been really in tough conditions with the rain and the wind, but they've managed it brilliantly. And I know we've got a lot of people watching this stream around the world, and we thank you for watching, but we also thank our boys for getting these pictures to you. It's been fantastic. So I think it's time to say goodbye for the 2021-2022 season. But Andrew, you want to say something?
Oh, we neglected to thank the volunteers and the start-finish guys. You know, the race officials done a terrific job, you know, in extremely demanding conditions, particularly through the Gildan. And it's been a tough year all round, and I think they deserve a big shout-out as well.
Yes, it's quite a thankless task, and they do get very little thanks for it. You only hear about them when they get something wrong. But
that's right.
They've done a very, very good job, as you say, week in and week out, laying the courses, laying the marks. It is a tough job, so I'm sure they'll have a well-earned rest during winter, and hopefully we'll see them back next season. So, as we say goodbye from Sydney Harbour, it's been a pleasure bringing it to you. On behalf of Jimmy Bury, all our team, and Andrew Buckland, for the final time for this season, this is Peter Shipway signing off from a sun-drenched Sydney Harbour. And we'll